Welcome, guys, to the live stream. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. We are back live playing some more Satisfactory 1.1. And with the progress that we made yesterday on getting our layout of our bauxite to alumina solution to scrap aluminum, dealing with the wastewater being packaged and dumped into awesome sinks, I think we're getting really close. And then we also took that scrap aluminum and converted it into aluminum ingots. So now we're going to kind of focus now on the aluminum ingots portion of it and see what it's going to look like building the actual, I guess its first would be aluminum beams, the alternate recipe for making aluminum beams, and then the secondary recipe for making steel screws. So that's what we're diving into so far on this live stream. I want to hopefully be able to make some screws before the end of today's stream to start the screw counter for how many screws we're going to end up pulling off on this. So let's head over to the game window. Without further ado, reach down, hit the like button on the video, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Ring the notification bell so you can be notified when I've started another live stream or when this banger of a video ends up coming out, hopefully sooner than later. But we gotta get this son of a Tall. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
You literally wasted no time on being able to make my ears bleed with that one. Thank you for that so much. Okay, let's see what this is going to look like. Let's get some zooping done here and start building a platform that is going to house our, I guess the beam manufacturing is what it's going to be. That's been ready since before the countdown. Like, you hopped on like right away as soon as the live notification went out. It actually went out pretty quick today on my end anyway. You wasted no time. Okay, so I'm just making some foundation out here to kind of get geared up for what it's going to look like with doing the steel. Do I have room here? Let's go to our blueprint designer. Nope, I want to build the blueprint designer. I want this one. Yeah, I got room right here. Perfect. I had your channel pulled up waiting for it to pop up live. Nice. Okay. Now, I believe it's a constructor we need. We're just going to put this down and look at the recipe for this. To make aluminum beams. Alternate recipe, aluminum beams is what we're doing. Let's crank this right up. Okay, that's too high. I want to bring this down to 50. Okay, that seems reasonable. And then that's actually going to make 100 of them. I'm awake when Terrace streams for once. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Okay, so aluminum ingots into steel beams. Don't ask me how we do that, but somehow it can be done. And what's up? Not much, other than I'm torturing myself with the absolute most ridiculous challenge in Satisfactory. I'm going to make the most screws anyone's ever made in this game. Okay, so that's consuming 50 aluminum ingots. So we've got 1,000 divided by 50. I'm going to need 20 of these. So I think we're going to be doing 2 layers of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, nope, I want to bring that all back in here a bit. Aha, well, right then. Yeah, I've decided that I want to torture myself because I've got nothing better to do with my life. So, yeah, that's just what's happening. 2, 3, 4, 5. To give you the scope of everything, I have 72 conveyors of bauxite that I'm going to be using. Okay, there's like 12 here, and then in the converters, converting caterium and converting copper, there's another like 60 over here. This whole process that we see right in front of us, we're taking one line of bauxite, converting it into alumina solution into scrap aluminum, and then we're dealing with the wastewater and getting rid of it, and then we're taking the scrap aluminum and turning it into ingots. This is just everything I need for one conveyor of bauxite so far, just to get aluminum ingots. We then have to convert those aluminum ingots into steel beams, and then we have to convert those steel beams into steel screws. So yeah. How's life been for you? Working, going well still? Working is going well. It's just, it's ridiculously busy. And like things have calmed down a little bit so that I can stream on a regular basis again. But I mean, we're getting close to next year's budget. So then I'll have a whole bunch more projects that I got to get on the go. So I'm kind of not looking forward to that. Okay, I think I want to build this there. Where is center on this thing? Oh, I was on the right line for center. Okay, never mind. So it's a 2-floor system that we got to build to be able to handle 1,000 of the ingots. So we're going to build this in our blueprint designer as 2 floors to start off with. I got to get my zoop turned on. The price of popularity, I guess. Quit being so useful. I know, right? Mind you, if I ended up useless, they would just like gun me like they've done to other people in the past. So maybe I need to keep myself useful for job security. Okay, so we're going to be bringing this in at one end here. So we're going with organization, nope, logistics. I want my smart splitters in here again. You're going like this, like this, like this, like this. And we are going to set this up as any out each side and then overflow. Talter said, you spent the day trying to figure out how to install an Alibaba garage door at the shop. Currently at 10 hours of work, and it's still not up. Brutal. I guess it pays not to buy something off Alibaba because you're not going to get the proper instructions for it. But I guess anything to save a buck. It doesn't surprise me that it came with no instructions. That sounds very typical. So how many beams is that? That's going to make 100 beams. So each floor is going to make 1,000 beams. So that's going to be 2,000 beams off of 1,000 ingots. Yeah, that's cooking. Okay, I need to bring this up now. Like so. And then we've got to put the second floor on this. I've helped my brother-in-law install a car stereo off of Temu, and yeah, having no real instructions for ultimately low-quality products sucks. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes you just... What is your time worth, right? By the time you get it all together and make it all function, surely to God your time is worth more than the wasted like man hours of trying to put it all together. He learned a valuable lesson. I got installed for him, but it didn't work very well. At least it wasn't like some miniaturized car stereo. Okay, so we got to duplicate this now upstairs here. And we're building on the same plane. Which is, this is the center line. Flip this around. However, coming up this way now, we're going to spin these smart splitters around. Okay, did I actually finish? Yes, I did. I needed to make sure I finished setting them up the way they were supposed to be. And because we're building this to actually handle 1,000 items per minute, which is what's coming off of each one of these belts, export-wise, we're going to be golden here. We'll get this set up the way it's supposed to be. Do I want to put the roof on this? I think I'll put the roof on this so that we're ready to build the next one above right away. I'm only doing like one belt's worth at a time though. We'll just build the next section when we want to deal with the next belt. Okay, I need to put a conveyor hole over here to handle this input. Okay, that's dealt with. Let's conveyor tie these. No, why did you not click properly? There we go. Okay, recipe set. Overclocked summer sloop. Perfect. Now, do I just leave it as, I think I'm going to leave it as 1,000 per side again. So we'll just, each floor is going to be 1,000 steel beams. Let's go with our priority mergers and get them all set up here first. And why did my phone just go boop doop 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 doop? Nothing. And then we're going to spin this around this way, heading back out. Nope, we got to turn this 90 degrees. Okay, let's set up our belts for it. And we're doing the same little bunny hop over the conveyor belt. Chrism, welcome to the stream.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Am I freezing up? Temperature outside, we're freezing up a little bit. Freezing up there? Let me see if I'm dropping any frames. Are you guys having? I'm not dropping any frames, so hopefully I'm not freezing up. Or hope might be at your internet connection, because everything's looking like flowing fine at my end here. Don't do that. Don't scare me, because I've had internet crises over the last week or so. But I'm showing 0 drop frames at my end, so hopefully that's not the freezing up you're talking about. Oh, no temps you're talking about. Well, no, like today, I think we got up to like -3 or 4. Like it wasn't crazy cold today. And we're supposed to warm up now for the rest of the week, so I think we're kind of out of our little cold snap. I think the rest of the country's still getting a pretty good shot of it, though. Okay, this is the output side, and we need to label this. Organization. This is beams. Beam. There we go. Swoop. Select the icon and change this to 1,000 items per minute. The amount of screws we're going to get off of one line it's going to be impressive. Okay, that's labeled properly. The output side of our conveyors is not. So, Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. And then this one I need to adjust because it's coming into the right side and exiting out the front. Okay, rinse and repeat with the same for the next floor. Logistics. Smart splitter. Sam! Oh my goodness, Sam, welcome to the stream.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
And we swing around back the other way. I should have... Did I copy... no, I think I grabbed it out of my inventory, so these aren't going to have the input set up on them. Wait, I grabbed splitters. Ah, I'm an idiot. I don't want smart splitters. I want priority mergers. Okay. Priority merger time, and then we come back to this side. And we are this way. Okay, these should line up properly. And the outputs are all set on the same side, which is just like this. I think we pretty much got that. I think that's designed now. Let's just quickly throw down the roof over top of this. Delete these out. Goodbye, floors. Or concrete foundations. Okay. How's that looking? We have our input line of 1,000 aluminum ingots, getting output to 2,000 steel beams. I think we are laughing with this, so we can save this pattern now. This is aluminum beams. Alternate recipe of aluminum beams. 1:2 ratio. Select an icon for this. We're going to call this a beams. So we're going to grab this. And set the background color to presets. White is fine. Save the blueprint, and then we got to set the directory. This is going into factories. We got to edit this. And what do we want this in? What do we want this in? I guess I need to add another subcategory. And we're going to call this... what am I going to call the constructors? Okay, and then we can go back over here, bring this down. 2 constructors. Okay, perfect. Apply changes. And then let's unload this. And I guess the only thing now is to actually build it. So we're going to slap one of these up here. Blueprint, factories. And is this going to fit on here? I think it's going to fit. But we're going to bring it all the way out to... Where's my center on this? I think it's this one right here. I don't think I want it that far out. I think I want to go back one. I don't know if I could get close enough here. Right there. That's where I want that at. And then we will actually expand this out. One more at this end for when we build the next tier up. And then we will bring this line, set this to default build mode. Right up this way. And I will delete this out and make that one conveyor feed in.
Hello there.
Well, hello there. Hello, Afraid. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Okay, so that's dealing with one. Oh my God. That's one of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 10 conveyors. Whoa, this is gonna make a lot of steel beams, because that's 2,000 steel beams off of. Oh wow. Okay, well, being at awe staring at it isn't getting it built, so let's add the next layer up. And we gotta line up this corner. I think that's it lined up. No, I wasn't. Later. Let's do that again. We'll build it from the other side because I'll be able to see it and line it up a lot better. Blueprint designer. Beams from aluminum. And there. Now it's lined up. And let's set this out. So the next line we're dealing with is actually this one. So we need to put a conveyor hole right here. And then output conveyor this. Frades, how are y'all? Realizing just how freaking large this factory is going to be. I'm just trying to process how overwhelming this whole build is in the grand scheme of everything that I'm building right now. The stupid clipping of clipness. No, I don't want to be dismantling the entire thing. I want to just dismantle this one piece. Why do I gotta put beams there? We're just gonna get rid of the beams. Because this has to turn up this way. You know what? Why don't I just relocate this hole to here, delete all this, then I can put the beam back. Delete that. Put this back where it belongs. We'll build it this way. And I'm going to delete this out and do it as one pull. There. It needs to have the beam there. It needs to look like it's got some kind of structure to hold this all together. And then we can feed this up this way. I need it on default build mode. When you look at the entirety of major projects, it does get overwhelming, but if you only concentrate on just the next thing, it's better. And that's what I found yesterday when I just started, okay, I'm going to get the one bauxite line. Let's just have all the factories set up and turn it into alumina solution. Okay, let's turn the page over. What does it look like now turning that alumina solution into scrap aluminum? Okay, here's our scrap aluminum manufacturing. Now, what does it look like dealing with the wastewater out here? Well, that's the wastewater end of it taken care of to manage all of that wastewater. Dealt with. Okay, now we're going to take the scrap aluminum. What does it look like turning that scrap aluminum into aluminum ingots? Okay, that's done. Now we're taking those aluminum ingots and converting them into steel beams. What is that going to look like? And that's what I'm working on right now. And so I'm trying to do that limited vision, but in the back of my mind, I'm still seeing just massive structures. But we're taking it one conveyor at a time. So that should be the input for those. And that's going to be 2,000 out. So then we can build this up one more. Do I have room to build another set out here? Like, should we do... Yeah, we will. I think what we'll do is... We'll build a 8-high system to take care of this stack, and we'll just keep moving it over and moving it up. That's about all we could do. Okay, next blueprint. Blueprints. Beams. We're going to turn this around. Fly around back this way. Okay. We are now dealing with the next input line. So you're dealt with. We got to deal with you. Fortunately, it's always in the same spot. So it's going to go here and then here because that's our input. Oh no, we decided we were doing the center. That's right. Before I get it built, so I don't have to deal with the post. Is that gonna work? No, because I'm gonna hit that now. No, I can make it work. Think of the solution, not the problem. Well, guess what might be coming up the coast this weekend? I have no idea. And which coast are you talking? East or west? Okay, you're going to go down like that. You're going to go like this. And then we're going to build this just like this. And look at that. It's connected and running over here now. Turn that. Delete out this. Amen for blueprints. So that deals with the third conveyor. So we build this up one more time. Grab our blueprint. Spin it around so it fits right. And then we got to line up to this one. Which I believe is right here. Yes. Okay, so I need my conveyor hole, which is option 7 on my hotbar. That's going to go there. Face this way. That one. And then we're actually going to drop down to here. Okay, a little bit more complicated on this one because we have to come down to this and then we got to click this to there and then feed it across. And then bring this up here. Turn there. Okay, that's dealing with 4,000 of the ingots. The East Coast of the U.S., we got 15 inches of snow. Now they say there's a classic nor'easter that may give us the same amount. Oh, so you're going to get another big dump of snow. Nice. More snow days. Okay, so that is all of the aluminum ingots on this side. Converted into steel beams on this side. And we need to continue with this little build. So how many conveyors, or how many foundations over it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's going to go there like so. And then we're doing the blueprint. Nope, not that one. I need the beams one. And then we are lining this up on this foundation. I think that's right. No, it's not. It's facing the wrong way. Blueprint. Beams. There we go. Now, is there a way I can rotate the hologram, snap mode, toggle mode, sample build, middle mouse button? No, middle mouse button wasn't it. Middle mouse button selects the object you're looking at. I thought there was a way that you could, like, camera angle around it. But I don't see that as a hotkey. I wonder if that's something I need to set up. Oh, it's just so sensitive to move around. I don't know if that's the right spot. Let's see. No, it isn't. Frick me. What can I do here to make this easier to build on? If I go and put up, let me grab a foundation here real quick. Not a foundation. I want a beam. And I'm going to put this right here. And I want to build my foundation right, or the blueprint right beside that beam. So let's go that way. There. That should be in the right spot. Ah, no, it's not. I needed to build it here. Because I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm doing. Blueprint, select, beam. At least now I've got a plan to get this done. There. Now it's in the right spot. If I placed my starter beam in the right location, it wouldn't have been an issue. So that should be the same type of gap that we had. Okay, no, it's not in the right spot. I need to bring it right to this edge. Oh, well, so you get to see me build and take apart and build and take apart over and over and over again because some guy's a dumbass and doesn't know what he's doing. Does that makes more sense? Yes, the full one gap between. We've got room to move. Okay. I think we have it built right now because then this floor goes right back in here like this. And then I need to bring this. You're going to come up all the way this way and we're going to turn it right off the bat. Avoid any connections there. Okay, perfect. All right, we're finally getting the next set done. Quick reminder, everybody reach down, hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, or, you know, like button because I'm a noob. Doesn't really matter. I keep wrecking everything. Terrace, your OCD is roaring tonight. Yeah, pretty much. I think my kid thinks I've got a bit of the tism. And I don't want to say she's not wrong, but I don't want to say she's right. Okay, so that's 1,000 in. Tall says we both do. Yeah, I think we all do. Not wrecking anything. No, I'm trying to make it perfect. Next layer. See, these ones are nice and easy because I just have to line up the corner and click it down and we're good to go. And frog. Apparently it's more common. We all had too much Tylenol as kids or something. Okay, so this is going to go up here. Logistics. Pipe input here. That's going to conveyor that way. You're going to drop right down to here, face this way. And then we're going to delete this. And straight across. Braid says, lol, plausible deniability is a blessing. Sometimes. Okay, that should be line number 2 hooked up. Let's build the next one of these once I build this across. Blueprint, beam manufacturing. Spin it right around. And then I have to pick up the input for this. It's going to be here. And then here. You're going to go like that, and then straight down. This is going to go to here, and then we're coming right to this edge. You're up. You're across. Oh, I didn't hook up this line. My bad. Okay, that's hooked up now like it should be. We're going to do this one. Done. Okay, your input is hooked up. Your input is hooked up. Your input is hooked up. We got one more to do. For this side that we still have over here to deal with. Okay, blueprint. Packager. Spin it around. Okay, there we go. Let's grab our ingot input line. From right here. Okay, you come straight down and connect here, and then we have to step this one out. Like so. That connects, and then you drop down to pick up this line. Straight across. Spin this around. And I'll delete-o the conveyor-o. Okay, that now takes care of 8,000 aluminum ingots, making 16,000 steel beams off of 1,200 bauxite. We still have a little bit more to go, because now we got to deal with this one. What was that total distance? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1. You're number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Grab our blueprint. Beams. Oh, no, wait. We're going to put our marker beam down here so I know what to build against. You're going to go like that. Blueprint. It's facing the right way. And build. Come out like this, like this. Delete that. Okay, so there's 2,000 more. We're up to 18,000 beams. Now we have to deal with this small accumulation here, which is 600. So I'm going to put the blueprint down, and then I'll delete what we don't need. I think that's the best way to deal with this. So we're going to go blueprints. We'll build this one. Put this across like so. Our input line on this is tied right here. And we're bringing this down to, I'm going to put just a, I needed a marker. Okay, that just gets us the right height. Delete this, delete this. Okay, so this is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. $600. So all of this gets deleted. Delete, delete, delete. It's actually a fair amount here that we're deleting out. We're just keeping the one row of constructors. Oh, time for some tea. I'm yawning. That's not good. We're still early. It's only 10 o'clock. Only 50 minutes into the stream. I can't be yawning already. That's not a good thing. I think it's the sound of the build gun. That little chirp, it's kind of like almost pacifying. It's like hitting some nerve in my brain saying, oh, you should go to sleep. Okay, so output wise, you're going to come all the way out. Like, let's go to a straight build. No, I don't want to do straight to there. We'll go straight to here and then there. This priority line needs to go like that. Wait. Why was that priority line not set right? Oh, because none of them are. Frick, on the second layer. That one is. That one is now. That one is. Okay, we've got this row fixed. Let's fix all these ones. Yeah, you need to be set right. You're okay. You need to be set like that. You're fine. You need to be set like that. You're fine. Fix this one. And then we got to go do the same thing on all these. So the top one will be broken. We skip one. This one will be broken. Skip that one. This one will be broken. Skip one. This one's broken. And that's fine. Let's fix that in our blueprint design right now while we're thinking about this. Because we're going to be building a lot more of these. So load blueprint, factories, aluminum ingots. So the second tier, I didn't have it set right here. So we're going to fix that. It's also not labeled. So we're going to copy that and paste this. right there. Because that's all 1,000 beams. And then we can save this blueprint. Save, yes, overwrite it, that's totally fine. And clear the designer. Let me fix these labels on these too, because I don't have the second tier all labeled on these. Label these ones. And I gotta label this one. That's fine, but we have to do this one is different. This one should be only 200 beams. So we'll place a sign here and change this to 200 beams. All right, so we are making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19,200 steel beams off of one conveyor of bauxite. $19,200, right? That's 1.382 million steel beams just off the aluminum we're gonna make. Holy snap! Okay, the next phase of this build is screws. How wide did we make this? We came out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that again. 7 more. And then I'm just going to shoot this across. All right, let's look at a constructor. And we're looking for the alternate recipe steel screws. Let's just crank this right up. And we're going to duplicate this. We can't go that high with it. So our output goal is 600. What does 500 look like? Oh, this could be a challenge. It's dealing with the balancing of this. That's not very many beams. Holy shh. Cole, hold on. Having a mental breakdown here. So that's 10 steel beams per minute. Holy shit. Yeah. So what is that? 1,000 divided by 10 is 100 of those. Which is 10 floors per conveyor. Uh-oh, Raggy. What's going to be a better way to build this then? Can I get more compact with it? So We're going to go to the blueprint designer now, and we got to do some thinking here. So ideally, if we take a constructor and put it right here, and then right here, that only gives us, nope, we got to come back a bit. Go right there. Oh, that's not going to be very much compact, so never mind. Let's try this again. Constructor. We'll stay with this build option. Let's set that recipe in there. And what was our target? 500? No. It was 200%, gives us 10 per minute. What is that? That's 12.5 per minute? What if we drop it down to like 12? That's 624. That's still 1,280 per minute. That's too much for the conveyor. Just trying to see if there's a better number that we can be... No, there really isn't. 10 per minute steel beams is 1,040 screws coming out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Two, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to reverse this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This again needs to be split. I think we can get away with just a 2 high stack on this. So let's go to our architecture. We'll see kind of how much of this we can put together in one. If we squash it this much. Because this is using 100 on this level. That's 100. Or consuming 100 beams on this level, making well over 10,000 screws. Okay, let's throw in our logistics smart splitter here. And we should probably get these programmed right. So overflow. Overflow. Oh no, I want that any on each side. Overflow in the middle. Control C, Control V, 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 V. Okay. I'm not going to be able to, I think I'm only going to be able to get like 3 high with the blueprint. Is there a better way I could be building this? I got to think a little bit outside the box on the blueprint, I think. Get rid of this. I'm going to clear this designer. Bye. What if we go constructor here, alternate screws, overclocked twice, and slooped. Now, if I go up here, and if I add a foundation to this, actually, I think I want that offset by half. I'm trying to fit as many constructors in this area as I can. And I'm just not entirely sure how that's going to look yet. Because it needs to service a lot of materials. Okay, so you're going to be like that. And then I kind of want to bring the next tier in. So if I put you right there, I want to go with a half foundation. Right there on each side, and then put out my full foundation again. Delete that out. Then I can put another one of these right above it, right? And you're going to go right here, right above. Does that leave me enough room? I think we're going to go this high. I think we go 1 on that. Zip this out. And then zip this out. We put this right here. Okay, is this looking like it's going to be remotely close enough to what I want it to do? To make it as condensed to fix the most amount of constructors. You know what's going to be worse is dealing with the logistics of the screws coming off of this. No, I'm still not happy with this. Okay, so clear the blueprint designer. If you guys got any suggestions how you think this might be easier to deal with, I am all ears. I kind of like the idea, but I think I want all my inputs going in one end and then all my outputs going out the other end. Somehow, I'm not sure how that's going to look yet, but let's go back to the constructor again. We're coming in on this side. We'll set the blueprint back up again. What if I could get just a little bit lower with that? And if we could fit more in here. Oh no, I wanted this to be a half conveyor, right? Because I don't think I want it all like stacked right on top of each other. I think I like the idea of it being tiered back a bit. Or do I? Maybe not. This is still going to tier it back a little bit like this, so we'll go just like this. So what is the ideal way now to build this up? If we go... How much over did that end up building it? So if that's the front edge, it was one notch it went in. Have to be like those super compact guys fitting stupid numbers onto a blueprint. And that's kind of what I'm trying to go for here. A little bit. I need to go back to Zoop. Was that the right height? Did that clip into it? Yes, it did. Oh no, that isn't the right height. We gotta go right there. Because you see here just... Oh, that's too far forward. Let's delete that out again. We gotta go in 2 notches over with the 3 high. So we're gonna go 1, 2 in. We're going this height up. And across. Delete this. Add more. So that is 36. No, it isn't. That's 18. But then every one of these conveyors is going to have to come out. And what do I do with the conveyors coming out? Do I try to merge them all into 1200 lines and then dump them into Awesome Sync somewhere else on the map? Or do I just run them as the 1040 lines that each one is going to be making and dump them into an Awesome Sync somewhere? I just have this mass cluster of 100 conveyors coming out of this, going into Awesome Sync somewhere. And I think it's got to be kind of short runs. Okay. Let's keep going with this. 1, 2. I don't think that was 2. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I think this is built this way. Straight across. Delete out this tower. So what has that got us now? I think we could go one more higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Crap, is it not going to let me do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good, it did. And then line it up this way. So that's a stack of 5 on here now. So that's 30 worth. Do I keep going up? Do I get... I can get another one in there to get it up to 36. We need to eventually get to 100 is what we need. So ideally, I should actually only build this 5 wide by 5 high and then put 4 of them right beside each other. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because we need to get it to that 100, that magic 100 number. I think that's the plan. Now I've got to logistic up the inputs on this. So we're going to smart split this right here. And then I'm going to want to preset these. So I want it to be overflow and no, I want any on this input. And that is set to overflow. 2, 3. Okay, and then on this direction up here, we will go backwards with this and make sure that that's set in enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then delete out these because I don't want those in there. Put the next row in here. Make sure they're facing the right way. One. Oh, you know what? Nope. No, we don't want it like this. We need the splitters to all line up. So it's okay that these are offset a little bit to do that, just so that it doesn't look like there's like too much of them clipping. They kind of look like they're physically stacked on top of each other. Is kind of the goal I wanted to on that. And that I'm actually going to delete all these out. I'm going to put it right actually on this center line we're dealing with. And then 1. That was not in the right spot. And then for these, it's got to line up to it. And the whole reason for that is because we're going to be elevator jumping the materials up to the next level. Or conveyor lifting them, not elevator. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay, 1. Why aren't you lining up? There we go. Next layer. Nope, we got to spin around the other way. We almost screwed that up. That would have broke the whole thing. Ah, so many arrows going everywhere. Oh my god. That is so confusing to look at on the screen. Oh my god. Next layer. And then do I have room for like a half conveyor here? Or a half slab? I think I do. Yes, I do. And we got to spin that around back the other way again. Okay, let's delete out all this extra foundation garbage that we don't need here. Extra careful not to delete out stuff I don't want to delete. Okay, so the idea behind this is going to be it'll feed in this way. Again, we'll put like 4 of these right beside each other. So it'll feed in here all the way down, then feed back in here, feed back in here. Back in here, back in here, to take care of the 1,000 beams. I can't believe it only consumes freaking 10 beams to make 1,000 screws. Like, oh my goodness, this is gonna make so many screws. Like, there's 25. There's 26,000 screws off of this 1/4 of one level of this. Oh my god. Well, I wanted a challenge. Okay, this all needs to connect like so. Jeebers, welcome to the stream. I saw a guy on YouTube do 1 million screws per minute. I think you'll beat him. I think I'll beat him. I did see a video on YouTube that was 4.3 million, and I'm going to destroy that record, I think.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
And there's your welcome. Jeebers MC Fleabers. Jeebers MC Fleabers McFleabers. Jeebers McFleabers. There we go. I finally worked that out. Wow, did that hurt my brain. Like I don't have enough already hurting my brain with trying to plan what this is going to look like. Okay, let's rinse and repeat this again. Not that way. You connect. Come over. Connect. Come over. Connect. Come over. Connect. Come over. And connect. Next level. Okay, so that's pretty much the input logistics other than putting in the elevators. to make the products weave back and forth on it. And then the output on this, I think the output I'm just going to have to build once it's in there. I don't think there's any way I can successfully blueprint that into something nice at all. I'm just trying to think if there's any way, because my max conveyor build is 24 that will fit in a blueprint, and we're 25 here. I think I'll build the output once I've got a line of this together. Man, that is insane looking. Okay. Let me save this blueprint before I accidentally delete it. So this is beams to screws. Crafting 1,040 screws per 10 beams times 25 constructors. Selecting an icon for this, we're going to call it screws. And the background color, go with the white. Save this, and then I gotta organize that. It's gonna go into factories, but where are we putting this? It's going into constructors, that's right. So, identified, edit this, drag it down to factories, and down to constructors. Apply changes. Okay. Can I move this? Can we edit this and move this like up? We can. Because the packaged water and the containers are kind of like, they can be down below. Reanimated Sam, I'm not going to be making that anytime soon again. I actually could put that down like at the bottom. Apply changes. Did I save it? Let's save the blueprint just to be on the safe side. Okay, what is this going to look like? That builds 5 deep. We're going to go out this way with it. And okay, let's grab this blueprint and see just how easy it is to actually build with it. Our input side is there. We've got a line on it. I think I need to leave some room on that side for conveyor belts, so we'll come to here. And we'll leave a fair amount of room. Yeah, we'll leave a fair amount of room. Okay, so that's one. Let's grab another one. Beams. Now, is that spaced right? I can't see that corner. I think that's the right spacing right there. Let's see what that looks like. So we connect it this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Okay, I need to add more real estate out here. My goodness, this is a monstrosity. Okay, let's go add some more. Blueprint designer. We're going to go with... Oh, nope, wrong one. Blueprints, screws. Input needs to be on the right side. That lines up. Right there. So that's 75 constructors. We're going to add one more. There's 100. You go that way, you go that way, you go that way, and you go that way. So then we go with our elevators. You're going that one. You're going up to that one. You're going up to that one. All the way to there. And then this last one, I got to change it to... We can delete this one. Because this is just going straight into that. And then we are coming out of this one. We can delete this little sign. Default mode. Input. Now we got to deal with the logistics coming out of this thing. Honestly, I think we got to kind of go out like this. This one, I think we can drop it straight down out of here. Like so. Just gonna put a tower there just to... So I've got something to connect to. And then I need to build more of these to help with this. No, I don't. This is just gonna work like... Is that too much clipping? I feel like that's too much clipping. So I could do it like this. Oh, that's not good. That looks ugly. That's very ugly. Okay, let's try like this. Is that enough room to put a conveyor on that? Oh, it is. Thank goodness. So then we can bring this down. That one shoots across. Build this one up. To there. There is just enough room to fit a conveyor on that. Oh, sheep shanks. It doesn't... I just have to do everything more difficult than everyone else, I guess. That's just the way I am. You're not gonna let me build that, are you? You freaking beast. Okay, that lines up now. Does this one? No, it's the wrong height again. So what if I delete that one this time? Does it work? Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay, let's delete out. Ooh, no, let's put... you're gonna go down like so. Not that way. And then we'll do this line. And then delete out all these stupid pillars. I mean, they did the job. They got things lined up the way I need them to line up, but... man, it's a lot of work to make this do what it's supposed to do. Oops. Got a little overexcited on that one. Okay, so that takes care of the first 5. Now, we're going to bring this to here. Go up 5 with it. So this next one... it's going to have to come off of this line and go up to right there. So we can elevator this one down. Reverse that. Okay, this is a plan that's taking some fruition here. It's starting to look like we can make this happen. You're gonna go... oh, wow, I just totally butchered how I built that. Isn't that lovely? You gotta go there, and then this is all too high. Let's try that again. To that height. Okay, let's try this again. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go there. Like this. Yeah, there's no way I could have blueprinted this output. It's just too intricate to, no, that's not right. To make that kind of happen. I think that's the right height right there. Is that straight across? Yes, that is. Yes. Okidoki. So this next one, if we went like this, is that straight across? Kind of looks pretty darn close to straight across, doesn't it? I think so. Okay, we're making headway. You're going to zip all the way down that way. We have 2 more to do on this end, right? So this one will drop down like so. And then put this to here. And all the way down. And the next one, we have to line it up with this. That's the right distance. You're going to connect like so, and then come down to meet here. Okie dokie. That's only 10 conveyors of the 100 here that we've dealt with for the logistics out on this thing. What am I doing to myself? Welcome to my own self-created torture. Next, I guess we're coming back to this one here now, and we're going to come all the way up to 11 high. Let's just run this straight up. Connect you like so. Actually, I think we can come up 4 more on this, because we're going to be connecting to somewhere there might be a straight line it has to run to. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. So you're going to connect there and run down and bring a conveyor line clear across. And then we're going to bring this line up. Delete out all these because I don't need that crap there anymore. Those are just placeholders to help put the elevators or the lifts down. Same with this one, it doesn't need to be there. It's just to line up the lifts. And then it does clean it up a bit when you don't have a huge amount of the stackable poles for the conveyors. It looks so shoddy. Okay, you're gonna go like that. You're gonna come all the way down like this. And then we need to line you up to... I think it's that height. And we definitely have room to do the next one over, so we'll bring that one up too. Then, of course, we got to dump these all into an awesome sink, too, so... Speaking of awesome sinks, I might have to change this up a little bit here. Put that splitter back in. And just have a failover here going so that we don't... Every production line should have some type of failover to dump its line if we can, so... Taltair says, I just got the notification that you're streaming now. I got mine like within like a minute of me going live, and then you just got yours now. Like, that's ridiculous. I may be overthinking this whole process, but it's just... I gotta make sure that nothing backs up, because when you're dealing with fluids, you throw a backup in there somewhere, it's just gonna cause a huge wreck. And it may take forever to ever get that wreck cleared up. So anytime you can put in a redundancy to have some type of a failsafe dump line to be able to throw your products away, do it if you can. If you've got the room, run it. Like, I put enough room in here that really I could put in a smart splitter in here and throw in a overflow that if the rest of the system backs up at all, I can be dumping the beams into an awesome sink just to throw them away. I think we could definitely add the next one in here too. Doing it this way. You're going to connect like this, and then all the way across. And you line up right there. And does this one just line up? Like it was meant to be. Look at that. Fan-dandy-tastic. Okay. That's 15 of 100. Okay, let's delete out this row. We don't need it anymore. Delete out this row. We don't need it anymore. Delete out this row. Bring in the next one, which is right here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one in here. How much is each constructor outputting? 1,040 screws. I want to just show you something. This is one line of bauxite, 1,200 items per minute. It makes 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6 is 12, 2,400, 2,880 of alumina solution. The alumina solution makes 9,000 and 9,200. Is that right? No. 8, 16, 17, 18, 19,200 steel beams. 19,200 divided by 10 times one conveyor of bauxite. One of them. Just one. Almost 2 million screws. Is what we're going to get out of this. I have 72 conveyors of bauxite. That was, what? 1.99 times 72. That's 100. Holy. Power requirements turned off because there's no way. That's 142 million screws. Just off the aluminum. Oh my God. I knew I was going to break the 4 million record, but I was not expecting 143 million. Holy shit. Okay. 143 million. And then I still have all the iron I actually haven't even touched yet. The iron is still in game. I've only just started mining it and started building the conveyors to move it over here. That can be converted into steel. That could be then converted into steel beams, which can then be converted into more steel screws. And then there'll still be some leftover iron because we would have run out of coal to be able to do that. That will be done into cast screws. Holy. I think we'll get each conveyor running, making the amount of screws that it's making, each bauxite line, save the game and say, okay, I've got this many screws, and then I'll work on the next one. Because I think what's going to happen is my game is going to crash before that's going to happen. I hope you've got a beefy computer once that's all up and running. It's going to be brutal. I do have an Intel Core i7 14700K with 64 gigs of RAM and an RTX 4070 Super graphics card. It's not a slouch. It's okay, but I think it's still going to bring it to its knees once we get to a certain critical mass. So I think going forward is I need to get one bauxite line running, make sure it's running, and then do the next one. Don't try to do a whole bunch of things all at once and then turn it all on. I think it'll never happen. Oh yeah, right now is a good time to roll the old thank you for the reminder, Tall Terrace. Talking about the specs of my PC. This is my promo section in the game. In the description of the video, I do have my Amazon storefront, so you can check out my Amazon affiliate link in the description. And in there, I've got a list of my system components for my PC that I built with some minor substitutes. The first one is the 4070 Super is no longer available, so I substitute it with a 5070. And I'm running with 64 gigs of Trident G-Skill 6000 megahertz CL30 RAM. I don't wish anybody to have to buy that RAM today because the price of it is absolutely ridiculous. So I switched it to a 32 gig kit in my list, which is still massively overpriced. There's also a bunch of other things in there too. There's some network gear that I use at work on a regular basis, some Ubiquiti like camera systems and stuff like that, if that's something you're interested in. And then I've got a list of like everyday items that I use all the time. Everything from shirts to watch bands, sunglasses. Actually, the sunglasses are on promo right now. When I went and looked at them, I think they were like 25 bucks Canadian, $25.99 Canadian for them. And they are like fantastic sunglasses. I've owned 3 pairs of them now, not because they've broken, but because I've lost them. And there is no Amazon product in the world that if you're going to lose sunglasses, that it can get you them back again. So, spending 25 bucks and to lose them is not the end of the world, but they're super comfortable and they're good, solid sunglasses. Been really happy with them. And then I've also got a Amazon link in there too for the book series that I'm currently listening to, which is Calcade's King's Dark Tidings. It's a fantasy type book series. If you're into fantasy type dragons and magic and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. $26.85. Yeah, that's 21% off. That's a good deal for those sunglasses. So yeah, check out my Amazon affiliate link. Enough of the promo. back to building. Thank you for the segue talking about my beefy computer, though. That was a great reminder for that. Segue to our sponsor. And then hopefully I can get my view count back up so I can turn my frickin' YouTube promo or my YouTube monetization back on. They shut me off because I didn't upload for like 8 months. And so YouTube said, nope, even though you're still getting 1,000 views, you haven't put any new content up, so we're turning it off. That went down too far. I got to bring that up. And then because it's been off for so long, my Google AdSense account got disconnected as well. And that's how you get paid from YouTube, is it goes to a Google AdSense account. So then I got to go, when I get that all turned back on again, I got to reactivate all that crap again. So yeah, that's a thing that I have to deal with now. Okay, let's bring the next line up. I mean, I guess it serves me right. My real life was just too busy to be putting content out last year. And, oh, I brought that down too far again. So, if I had been a little bit more due diligent and pushed content, at least one video a month would have been enough to just keep it rolling, and it wouldn't have been a big deal and nothing would have got turned off, but not so much. The problem is the reason why I'm live streaming right now is this was going to be my next video. Well, save game. Let's save this right now just so we kind of see where we're at. This playthrough is at 115 hours just to build this challenge of making the world record for the most screws. Clearly, this is going to be a world record too. Like nobody else. I haven't seen anybody else make anywhere close to 140 million screws. And you know what? I can't say that I'm going to make 140 million screws either. We may get to a breaking point of the game where it just says, yeah, peace out. See you next time. You're not doing it anymore. I'm hoping we don't get to that point, but it could very well happen. So, I mean, it still auto saves really quick considering all the equipment stuff that I have out here. But again, it isn't running at the moment. It's all sitting idle. Mind you, all of my materials and everything are running. It's all being dumped into Awesome Sinks. The only thing that's not running is this cluster of machineries. Everything else on the map is running at 100% right now. So that's all the oil nodes, all the coal, the copper nodes, all the Caterium nodes, all the SAM ore, all the bauxite, everything, all of that stuff is all running at 100%. And then we've got our converters running at 100%. All those are going. So there is equipment running on the map. The only thing that's not is just this little cluster that we're starting with here. So things have been fairly efficient with it. As efficient as making 100 million screws can be. I keep pulling it all the way down. It can't go that far down. It's got to go to here. Okay, now we're going to go up more. What are we at for height on this now? 5, 10, 15, 20. We only want to go up 4 more on this, I think, because that's 20 conveyors. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next one's going to have to start at the bottom again. Actually, you know what? We'll bring the bottom one, of which I didn't connect this one. That would have been a big whoops. Solitaire says, can you please add a new redeem that says, and now, a moment from our sponsor? That's probably not a bad idea. Well, no, because then people would pay for the redemption for me to do that. No, I don't think we want to do that. I don't want people to spend tokens on a way for them to have to spend money on to advertise a way to spend money on my channel. I don't think that wouldn't be very good. Now, I could always put a little hot button on here that says, a word from our sponsor when I go to make that promo. I could just make it a button on my stream deck. I wouldn't want anybody to have to spend tokens on that. I don't think that would be right on something like that. Because, I mean, the tokens, they're not overly easy to get. You only get like 3 tokens, I think, every 5 minutes. So, yeah. You've got more points than you know what to do with. Mind you, you have spent quite a bit, and your gambling streak went into the toilet. So, well, I mean, you're almost at 70,000 tokens, so you're in good shape. You have enough. Yeah. That you do. Okay, so the next row here, we're going to bring this to here. And you just lost 10,000 tokens. RIP. Okay, so this bottom one, we're going to bring it out to... I think right there. And we're going to bring this to here. I have to kind of make these conveyors snug together because of the amount of room that I need for dealing with these elevators. Okay, so the next one we got to bring down is, am I going to have enough room here? Oh yeah, because this will get deleted out. So if we go, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, I think that'll work. I think over the last 7 streams, I'm down 160, 170K from losses and wins. Yeah, you've had a bad run. Considering when I started my stream back up again, you were at like 100,000 tokens. You're definitely in the negative run on this. Okay, you're going to connect like that. Okay, everything's idle. Yeah, we're cooking with gas here. I didn't put that at the right height. Damn it. Let me connect all these up. 1, 2, 3. You peaked at 120,000 tokens. Okay, that should be... You know what? I'm just going to delete that and delete this out of here, because if I have it inadvertently connect to a conveyor tower instead of the conveyor, it'll back up and break everything. So I just want to make sure I do this right. You're going to go like that. You're going to go across, and now we'll build up like so. Connect this little bit. Bring you down to there. Bring up the next line. Bring it down to here. Okay, why is that not looking right? I don't like how that's lining up. Why is that too high? Because these... Oh, it's... It's frickin' locking to the lift instead of giving me my free reign to move it the notches that I need to move it. It shouldn't be locking to the... Seriously, it's not that close to it. Go away. There, now that lines up. The elevator was glitching out on me harsh. Or the conveyor lift or whatever. Are you going to do it as well too? But I think this lines up okay, so it's not as big of a deal. Alright, we can delete this crap out of here now. Yeah, I don't... When the output is facing away from the stackable tower pole or the conveyor poles there, it shouldn't be locking to it at all, but it was. Okay, if we look back at that, each one of these should be a nice even line going through. And that is 25 conveyors worth that we've done there. So we're doing 30 here now. We only have to go up to there. Okay, what is the best way? This one, I think we will just curl this way. Bring you down like so. And connect you. The next one will be... Nope. You're going to go like this. And is it just a matter of doing that? Is that the right height? That is not the right height. Let me try flipping this and that and that. That's the right height. Okay, we're going to bring you down to that height. So that's 1, 2, 3. This is 4 we've got to do now. So we're coming out this way. No, this is the one where I've got to lift that. We got to lift our floor up by 1. And I got to delete this because it won't let me actually put it down. Because it hates me. It hates me with a, you're gambling 20,000. Is the timer up? I want to see this. I want to see if it goes through. The timer might have been too soon. I think it's a 15-minute timer. I think the limit is 10K. I don't think you can do 20K. I think you're right. It might be limited at 10K. You meant 10, but hit 20. Okay. No! This stupidness. I don't know why the elevators or the conveyor lists are acting that way, where it's locking to the side it's not facing. It hates me. It hates me with a passion. And bring you down, turn, and... Oh, I don't have it up there. Across, and there. Okay, I can put this one back in. And then delete all this garbage, yo. You're still going to try 20K to see if it'll work. I can look on Streamlabs, but I'm pretty sure the loyalty system, I have it set at capped at 10. Let's have a look. Let me grab my Streamlabs window. Streamlabs dashboard. Oh, I'm not signed in. Why? And sign in with the YouTube account. Click the link. Yes, that's it. Continue. That's the same one. Continue. And that's on CloudBot. Loyalty. Well, there is the point system. And what do we got here? Where's the commands for that? Or is it the rules or settings? Settings, here we go. Oh, it's under the modules I want, because it's gambling minigame, preferences. Yeah, 10,000 is the max. Minimum bet is 10, maximum bet is 10,000. And it's pays out 3 times if you roll a 99 or 100. And then twice, 2 times. Actually, you know what? I should change. I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to let it pay out 4 times if it's if you roll a 99 or 100. 3 times if it's 76. 2 times if it's 51 to 75, only 1 payout if it's 26 to 50, and then no payout if it's 1 to 25. That might be too aggressive. Let's go 2 and then 3. No, you know what? I'm going to do no payout unless you roll over 50. It'll be a 2 payout if it's 51 to 75, a 3 payout if it's 75 or 76 to 98, and a 4 times payout if it's... So, yeah. Save settings. That'll work. And then, yeah, I'm going to leave it at the 10,000. Let's go back to the modules. There's also, what is there, a slots mini game? What's the slots one? I don't know what it does. I don't know if it works. What's the commands for it? Is there commands on my site for the slots one? Because apparently it's turned on. Minimum amount is 10, maximum amount is 100 for the slots. Actually, you know what? I think it does work because... So I think if you go exclamation slots anywhere between 10 and 100, it should generate like emojis, and certain emojis pay out different values. And apparently that combination is not good. 3 diamonds in a row is a 10 times multiplier. 3 stars in a row is a 5 times. 3 hearts is 4. And then 2 diamonds and a star is a 3 payout. 2 diamonds and a heart is 3. 2 diamonds and a star. Like, there's all the combinations of those. Then there's a combination for 2 stars and a combination for 2 hearts. And then if you get 3 skull and bones, it's just a break even. And if you get any other combination other than those, it's a non-payout. And I'm not sure if there's a timer on that. Is there a way to change the timer? I don't see a timer setting on that at all. Let me go back to, I don't know if I saved the preferences for the gambling one. 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I did. All right, well, there you go. There's the commands on my channel in case you hadn't seen them. Of course, if you've been staring at a screen of just me playing around with my little in-game chatbot toys. Okay, the next line over is, there was another autosave. That was still quick, so we got to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. You connect there. You connect there, you connect there, you connect there, and you connect there. And then we got to elevator this down. Like so, and bring this line over. What are we at? Kind of lost track. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh yeah, that's right. We're working on 35 right now. Slots 100. Ka-ching! You just got a 500 payout. You got 3 stars. Nice. 3 diamonds, I think, is where it's like the big payout. It's like a 10 times multiplier. Who knew I had, you know what, it was a long time ago that I set these up in my chat window, or with my chat commands, and I totally forgot about the slots minigame. 5x payout for 3 stars? Yeah, that sounds about right. I think somewhere on my Discord I have probably the rules for all that and how it's all configured. Should be anyway. What time is it? 11:30. I wanted to turn frickin' screws on today. That is not going to happen over, because we have to do this 18 more times before I can turn on this one line. FML. That is something. Okay, so this is not kind of the way we want this. So we're going to bring this down to here. I think is the best way to plant this one. And this one doesn't line up very well either. It's kind of an awkward little height adjustment on this. So if we bring that to there, and then this down to here, and then connect this will go like that. That's the wrong spot. And then I think I can bring this to here. All the way. Nope, that's too far over. We got to come up. We're going to come to here. Oh, that's Ima's sound right there. In fact, I think he was the one that even made that audible, that little sound clip. I'm pretty sure Ima was the one that made that sound clip. And that connects. Actually, that could have connected all the way across. In fact, I'm going to do that. I don't want an extra little joint there if I don't have to have one. Zoink. And then delete out all the extra conveyor poles that are here without deleting the conveyor lifts. That would be a good thing. Okay, did I delete out all the ones on that side? I did. We're all good there. Everything's all connected. And now we gotta... First things, I need to grab my blueprint designer, logistics, and my 24 higher stack. We're going to connect this one up. Move it down out of the way. Bring that up to there, and then I got to run these lines over. So we can continue adding to our elevator frickin' buffer here. I don't know what you want to call it. The elevator of massive, ridiculous amounts of screws. I love conveyors. As you can see for the rest of the map, how many of them I'm using for everything that we're bringing across. I mean, there's like 168 conveyors of petroleum coke, for crying out loud. Of which I realize now I don't need that much petroleum coke. So worst case scenario, I could start actually manufacturing plastic to make more containers to deal with the empty water bottles. Or to deal with the water situation. That might end up being a really smart scenario. So, dude, you are just tanking your points. You are tanking them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've lost every gamble. That's insane. Oh, you got you got mod botted on that one for the cap letters. That's awesome. I think that even silences you for like 30 seconds too. Oh, that's funny. That's line number 2. Let's actually just get these connected so that I don't have to forget about them. 3, 4, and 5. I like it, the ones that are on this side, and I can just run the conveyor lifts down on this side to line everything up. It just works well for it. Okay, I think it's that height we want. And then we build the next row. And it's this height. It looks so utterly confusing coming out of this mess on this side of it. I can't get over that. Just imagine how amazing it's going to look when it's got all these screws flying across it. Nope, that's the wrong height. Please do it right or don't do it at all. And I think we have one more that we got to do. Right from... Are you kidding me? So we'll bring this down to here. And bring this one down to here. And connect them that way. I guess I could have sloped it up. Actually, let's do that. This is just too much. We could have one that slopes up. Okay. Next row. Coming this way. I feel like this recipe is super broken. Okay, let's bring up 5 from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like that's so many screws for such a little amount of material going into it. But you think about the amount of work that went into getting that aluminum, dealing with the logistics of getting rid of the waste. Maybe it's worth all that, or even in the steel end of things too. If when you're playing in normal versions and you're trying to manufacture just regular steel, the amount of work and the amount of materials you have to gather for it, maybe a payout of screws like that is kind of worth it, so... Yeah, definitely, since these are just going straight into an awesome sink, there's absolutely no point in me spending the time and energy to try to get them to, you know, merge together to get up to a 1200 speed conveyor. If I just know they're 1040 for every conveyor, I'm fine with that. All I need to know is what the output number is so that we can run our tally and set up the old billboard somewhere here. That's got our running total of the amount of screws we're making. Okay, you line up just like that. Notice how on this line we're not having the issues with the conveyor lift. like docking to the poles. Like you don't hear the chirp at all, and then I can line it up to the misc lines that are off foundation a little bit. Gonna be a ton of awesome sinks. Yes, it will be. I've already got a lot of awesome sinks on this world. I mean, you think about it, this one conveyor line is 100 awesome sinks just for this. I don't even know what that's gonna look like yet. I honestly... We might just have like 4 towers. I don't know. I honestly don't know what that's gonna look like yet. It's gonna be interesting, I guess. Okay, that's the next row. How many of that are we close to halfway? What are we? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45 is done. We're doing 50 right now. Which is on this center line. Which I think we're really close to the top of this already, aren't we? 1, 2, and 3. So we can only add 3 more to this. Just like so. Autosave just ran. So again, on this one, we're going to go first line in on here. So we're 2 lines in on this one. And then we can bring this conveyor down. Not facing that way. Delete out all this. Perfect. Okay, bring this down to that height. And you're going to come around and click right to there, and you're going to go across. Then the next line. No, I'm going to delete that out. I don't want this here yet. We're going from here down to not that height. We need to go to that one. I think that's straight. Yep. Okay, now I can take this line up. Connect there, bring you down so that you line up to this machine. All right, delete out conveyor poles. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can blueprint this output side to make it any better. That's the only kind of downside with all this. There you go. You roll a 70 and you won 20,000. You got a win back on your gamble. Okay, so that is 50. Oh, I deleted that out by accident. Oops. That's 50 of our conveyors. We're half done one of the conveyors of beams. Ah, that's amazing. Okay, so we're going to throw this one in, and this is going to go straight to ground level. And then what's our best bet for the next one? Certainly not that placement. That was pretty trash. Quick reminder, everybody, reach down and hit that like button on the video. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Lately, it's looking like about 65% of my views on my channel are unsubscribed. I wouldn't mind the old little subscriptionino down there. It helps with the old YouTube algorithms. So those don't line up. So I'm going to bring this down to here, and I'm going to bring this down to match it. Just because it would have been too weird having the crooked line in the middle of this. And why is my mouse crawling across my mouse pad? There we go. Next is going to be, we got to put this up. Connect you here. And we got to step this one out. And you line up to... I think that lined up, maybe? Hard to tell if that's straight. I feel like that isn't. Maybe it is. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure this one will not. Yeah, this is where I've got to put that half floor in here. Delete this out. Run this up. It lines up now. Then I can bring this down to... See, now they're screwed up again. Delete out all that. There. Now it's not. Take that, piece of monkey crap. And then one more we got to do, but this one does reach ground level. And that's because of that slab that I kind of stuck in between to make it look like they were actually built on top of each other, and try to avoid a bunch of the clipping is why it's kind of acting that way. Where we have to put that little step up in there. It all lines up in the long run, so if I got to do a little finagling. Okay, that's like 55 done. Next row. One, two, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then up 5 for this one. All these conveyors here, like, it gets hard to look at. Knowing where you're clicking and making sure you're clicking on the right riser and all that stuff. Oh, I gotta put this back in. Nearly forgot that. Nearly headless. Nearly headless. Okay, first one is ground level. Bring it across. And connect. Hey, you renamed your YouTube channel. Thank you for that. You renamed your channel to just be Tall Terrace now instead of Tall Terrace and then a number. Look at you modifying things and taking big steps to identify yourself. Right there. That one works. Click across. Good. Next row. Used to not have the numbers. Yeah, I'm not sure why they would have added those in there. Okay, that works for there, but I'm not going to be able to... This one... does not line up with that one. So I guess we'll do the step down. Will that step down low enough? Yeah, I think it will. That works. That works. And then this one. Oh, it even fits right like that. That's golden. What a logistical nightmare out of this. Oh my God. What a wreck. But I mean, how else? I mean, I don't think I could do it any different, to tell you the honest truth. I think we're about as good as the output side of this is going to be. To make the input side as consistent and even as it was, for each one of these to be exactly 10 beams going in, a total of 1,000 beams works out perfect for the output of one of our beam manufacturing lines. Like, I think this is about as compact as we could have built this scenario. I don't know if we could have done it any better than that. I'm sure someone out there could have come out with some really stupid fancy design that would have been this tiny little cube, so condensed with so much stuff in it that, and then they build like your input goes here and your output goes here. But logistically, I don't know how you could handle all of the materials coming out of this, because it is such a huge mass. It's like 100, it's better than 101 ratio. One product going in, there's 100.4 coming out. Like, it's, or I guess it's 104 coming out. One going in, 104 coming out, because it should work out to 140 for 10. Yeah. So it's one piece in, 104 going out. That's a ridiculous ratio. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's connect these to this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go there. You go there, and then I think after I get this set hooked up, that's going to kind of mark the end of tonight, I think. Yeah, it's getting that way for me as well, too. I'm just going to get this last set hooked up. Zoink. Zoink. Next. That is not the right spot for that. Stop doing that. It's not a regular stacked conveyor when you're dealing with these. It's only a regular stack at the other end. And that connects right there. All right, you connect right. Oh, autosave for the not win. Last one for now. Oh, we're starting to run out of room here to make this all fit in here. We'll be running into another challenge here soon. And that's dealing with the logistics of this. Especially when we move over the next conveyor row. Oh no, I wanted to keep that there. Let's rebuild that one. That one row is always, I always kind of keep it because it's kind of like right beside everything to keep it all supported. Okay, that's all hooked up. What are we at? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 of our 100 lines of screws. It's 104,000 screws. Yeah. It's over 1.9 million screws from one line of bauxite. I'm just mind blowing at that's how much this is going to make. So if there wasn't a world record for this before, man, somebody's got to submit this bitch to Guinness Book of World Records. Maybe I could get a nice certificate of the most amount of screws made in Satisfactory. Oh, well. It has to be made first. It has to be productive and actually making products coming off of this. So until that happens, right now it's just a pipe dream. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of pipes around here. A conveyor dream too. Man, does that ever look kind of impressive looking at that. Kind of more impressive than this side. This side is just an ugly mess. Going through it. Alrighty, folks. We're going to call it here for tonight. Thank you for chilling and hanging out with me as we attempt to make the most amount of screws that you can make in Satisfactory. The most useless item you can ever want to build in Satisfactory. But hey, why not do challenges like this? This game is designed for doing stupid things like that. So I'm enjoying the fact that you guys are along for this journey as we try to crush this out. So guys, reach down, hit the like button on the video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, ring that notification bell so you can be notified when I got a new one coming out. With that said, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.